Welcome back to the show, and we are here at exercise number 2. So without those red lines, what could we do? We will read, okay, we also read that. We could understand a little bit, but we cannot know what the information belongs to who. Like this sentence tells you the most no sense. Okay. Also the line down below the picture. The 91-year-old, okay, whose wife died 12 years ago, loves his job and it allows him to meet the neighbors and have a chat. Alright? If we don't write whose wife died 12 years ago, it will be the 91-year-old who the 91-year-old loves his job. It allows him to meet the neighbors and have a chat. Okay. Who 91-year-old? Why on earth? Why? Who on earth have 91-year-old pick him out? So the 91-year-old after that is the information that added to describe to make the sentence more sense. Censor. Make the sentence more clear. Make the sentence clearer. All right. Makes the meaning clear. So it will help you. It will help you to to get more information about that person, that thing. So everything. All right. So we have done the exercise number 2, and let's answer the question. Does the text make sense without the word colored in red? It is no, because it will make no sense. Alright? Because we will have no information. Just like you tell without the what is the word? You tell without the okay. Never mind. No. Alright. No. Moving on to the exercise number 3 on page number 27. So read the learner's box and choose the correct words to complete the rules. Alright. So there are 2 choices in each rules, and then 3. Alright. So they give us 2 choices, and we'll choose one to finish the rules. Alright. Non-defining relative clauses. A non-defining relative clause comes immediately before or after a noun and gives us more information about that noun. Alright. Alright, so take a look at the number 1. Exercise number 1. So I will tell you non-defining relative clauses. Those are the phrases or the word are colored in red. Alright. So who is 91-year-old this year? First sentence, Ted Ingram, who is 91-year-old this year, could enter the Guinness Book of Record as the world's oldest paperboy. So that phrase, that non-defining relative clause, it comes after a noun. Do you see Mr. Ted Ingram? That is a name. Alright, a name also be known as a noun. Alright, noun. Then after that, it is a non-defining relative clause. So after a comma, then it is a non-defining relative clause. Finish with that, it is another comma. Or we'll end it up with a dot right over there. Alright, so finish the sentence. Maybe it has given the enough information, so maybe stop like that. So a non-defining relative clause comes immediately after a noun and gives us the information about that noun. So comes after that noun, like Mr. Ted Ingram, who is 91 years old this year, that is the non-defining relative clause, and that phrase colored in red give us more information about that noun stands before that non-defining relative clause. So Ted Ingram, who is 91 years old this year, so we can know that he is 91 years old. Alright, 91 years old. So after. The answer is after. So let's put a line down here. So a non-defining relative clause comes immediately after a noun and gives us information about that noun. Alright? Number 2, it adds extra information to the sentence. The sentence makes sense, or does not make sense without it. Alright? So it said right there, it adds extra information to the sentence. Alright? So the sentence, would it make sense, or would it don't make sense without it? It doesn't make sense without it, because like I have told you at the exercise number 2, like the sentence 91-year-old whose wife died 12 years ago. So that non-defining relative clause describe the 91-year-old, also known as Mr. Ted Ingram. Alright? So gives extra information in that sentence so we could know more. But without it, we will not know who is 91 years old. Alright? So the sentence does not make sense without those non-defining relative clause. Alright? So does not make sense. We'll move it right below, just like in the line. Number 3. Okay, so you can see those 2 examples down below. My uncle lives in London. He is an accountant. Alright, so that is a sentence. Alright, a simple sentence. But if we put a non-defining relative clause, it would be my uncle, a comma, who is an accountant, a comma, another comma, lives in London. So who's an accountant, that is the extra information we could know about the noun. Here is my uncle. So my uncle, who is an accountant, lives in London. So we could know whose uncle is it. Alright? So my uncle lives in London. Finish the sentence. He is an accountant. Finish another sentence. So we'll put an accountant who is an accountant so that we could describe the job of the person. My uncle who is an accountant. Okay, we know who is it. Lives in London. Alright, makes the sentence clearer. Alright. Number 3, it starts or ends with a comma, and starts or ends with the comma or full stop. So also you take a look at the sentence, example sentence. My uncle, a comma, so it starts with a comma. It starts with a comma right there. My uncle, comma, who is an accountant. So start with a comma and ends with a comma. Who lives in who is an accountant? So another comma. So that is end. That is an end of the non-defining relative clause. Or you can put a full stop. Alright? So you can put another comma, or you can choose as a dot as the finish of a sentence. Alright? So we have finished the learn this box, and we'll be right back with the next part of the show, and we'll read the lookup box and do the exercises. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.